recording. Okay, today's session, by the way, people, is coming to you from an office, home life in, where are we, Etobicoke? And we're broadcasting live from a real estate office, and we're conducting a meeting all about the internet and generating leads on the internet specifically designed for real estate people. And this seminar is a culmination of us being on the internet for 20 years, helping real estate people make money.
Confirmation for Carlos.
And now it's kind of hard to say for 20 years, tell you everything that we've learned. But what we have done is we're taking the most important points and we have crammed them into this session today for the next 1 hour. So in other words, the items that will make you money, the items that will generate leads, the items that will help you reach the 5 billion people that are on the internet, we have put them all into this seminar right now for you. And it's the beginning to open up your mind on how you, as lay people working in the real estate business, can take advantage of all this technology. Now, to make people feel a little better about it, if you have a car and you have the electronic ignition on your car is not working, do you know how to fix it? No. You can say it out loud, too, when we answer if you want.
Yes.
Yes, you do. Now, typically, for the rest of us, we would have to take it to a mechanic. The same is true now with the internet. If you have trouble on the internet doing all of these various things that we're going to talk about today, you can call the Market ICI World Commercial and Residential Real Estate Network. We have people online that help you one-on-one. One-on-one. At one time, we used to do these seminars where we had 30 people, 40 people in a meeting trying to help everybody. And in the meeting, we found that sometimes we were going too slow for some people, and they got bored. And then we found for lots of other people, we were going too fast. So in a meeting, sometimes we're too fast.
Yeah, I think it's Denise because he told us to terminate.
But when you have the training with us, we are one-on-one, and we are going at your speed.
Yeah, that's what he told us to terminate. So
let's get underway and help you.
Yeah.
This name, ICIWorld.com, is the longest running name on the internet. It was started in 1994. That is an advantage for you, because if people can find this real estate site, ICIWorld.com, as you see on the screen here, what's going to happen is they will be able to find your information and call you. And if they want to see the property, you make an appointment, you go show the property and make $10,000, all because they were able to find you through the information.
Confirmation for Charanjit Singh Brar.
We were speaking to the vice president, not vice president, they were two senior people at the Google Corporation in the advertising department, and they told us that it's good to use that name, ICIWorld.com, because that name was registered in 1994. And the longer you're on the internet, 1994. Yeah. Yeah. So, and that helps when people search on the internet and Google has a way to bring your website up to the top. And if the longer you have a domain name, the more emphasis they're going to be bringing your website up to the top, and the same thing here. Now, when you register a domain name for your own website, if you register it for 10 years, you have an advantage over other brokers that only register their domain name for 1 year. So there's a lot of things called search engine algorithms. Search engine algorithms are mathematical calculations that determine whether your website comes up here or down here. And Google doesn't tell us what they are, but over time we get to learn, because we also have attended World Search Engine Conventions, where we have attended for 1 week. And God bless you as well. And Google has been with us. MSN, Yahoo, they spent a whole week with us. One time I went to Las Vegas Hilton Convention Center. We spent $4,000 going there. And there was 1,000 people in the room. They were all computer people. That's it. There was only 2 real estate people in the whole room. One gentleman from California and myself from Toronto. That was it.
All electronics?
It was all search engine optimization convention, a world search engine convention is what it was.
What year was that?
2 years ago.
I attended electronics specially.
This is actually not electronics. It was a world search engine convention. It's all about search engine and getting your websites to come up. And we learned a number of different things there. And now we teach what we learned.
96
We have once a month we teach how to promote your website.
Today,
Now, how many people in this room have a website?
1953.
1, 2,
And
3.
me?
Okay. And
Thanks.
there we go. And the other people here do not have a website. Is that correct? No website. Okay. So we're going to talk about the people that have a website, how you can be adding special widgets onto your website that trigger leads. We're going to talk about that for you. And then for the other people, we'll show you the advantage of having a website. And you're in very special company today because there's something very special about the websites here, and we'll show that to you. Okay, so let's move on. Now, the cell phones, this is important for me because sometimes I leave my cell phone on, so I'm lowering the sound on my cell phone.
That's what I did.
You did that already, so that's good.
When I'm in a meeting, I always lower.
Good for you. Okay, so my cell phone is now lowered down. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so we have 5 instructors here, and these are different instructors, and Gary Clausen is an instructor. He's a mentor, he's a coach, he's a wonderful man, and he teaches real estate people from his 40 years as a broker in the business. He teaches different coaching classes, and he has different courses on how to be successful in the real estate business.
Sorry?
He's been mostly residential, although he's done commercial, and he's really helped a lot of residential people. And he has a special program that comes out every Friday at 3:30, and it's online. You can phone in and you can listen to his coaching sessions absolutely free. If you're interested in listening to the coaching sessions from Gary Clausen, I suggest you give me a card and you write on the back of the card the name Gary with 2 R's. My name is Gary with 1 R, and you can recognize Gary Clausen with 2 R's. If you write it on a business card and just give it to us, I will give it to him, and then he can send you out the invitation to attend his coaching classes. And it's just wonderful, and he's got tremendous experience, and you'll benefit from that. He's also an instructor for our seminar, so someday we might have a seminar here. Could be him that's conducting it with
Is that okay?
Let's move on.
Thank you very much.
This is my personal information that you see on the screen. And you'll see that I've been in real estate since 1972. So that's about 42 years in the business. It's hard. That's the first time I'm saying 42, but it is. And even though I am a real estate broker salesperson, I, starting in 1994, specialized in doing the business of the internet, helping real estate people on the internet. Actually, we started in 1994. And I do not sell real estate. What I have become is a personal marketing and information assistant to people like yourself. In other words, I would like you to consider me as a personal assistant to you. The same way you might specialize in residential in a certain farm area, or you might specialize in commercial or gas stations or motels or something, or apartment buildings. If you have a specialty, that's a specialty. I chose to make my specialty bringing the internet to get people in real estate brokers and salespeople, to build services that benefit the real estate industry, real estate brokers and salespeople. So please consider me as a personal marketing and information assistant to you personally. And we speak at real estate boards and offices, literally hundreds, and you can read about those online. We have a lot of testimonials online from everything that we do, so you can understand what's going on.
1952.
And you'll notice that I'm also a CCIM.
Okay.
CCIM is you should, I'm going to share that with you right now. Does everybody in this room have one of these booklets?
Yeah, we have.
Okay, do you have one of these booklets? In the booklet, you're going to see that there is an internet worksheet. And for the people that are online listening to this at home, whether it's recorded or live, you should pull out an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper and call it the ICI World Worksheet. And the people in the room, you already have it. It's called Internet Worksheet.
There's an
You
appointment to
should
see a
pull
property
that out
tomorrow
right
between 2
now.
and 3. Is that okay?
And the first thing you should write down is ccim.com. You should write that down on your Internet Worksheet. Even though there's a good group in here that's residential, is there anybody here that wants to do commercial? How many people want to do commercial, please? Okay, how about?
Yeah.
And yourself?
I do the commercial.
Okay, so everyone in the room except for one wants to do commercial. Now, what you can do, if you don't want to do commercial, that's okay. If somebody calls you on a commercial listing on the special widgets that we build on your website, and they call you on a $1 million apartment building, and they say, can you help me? You're going to say, yes, I can help you. I will have someone call you back. And then you're going to call the broker that's got that $1 million apartment building, shopping center, business, whatever it is, and say, I have a lead for you. Is a 25% referral commission okay with you? And so you are going to be doing referrals. And the same thing here, if somebody calls you on a property out of your market area, out of your area of expertise, you just do a referral. You can refer it to the broker that's got the listing, or you could refer it to somebody else in this office or another office. It's at your discretion. So the first thing I'm going to suggest you write down for all the people that want to learn commercial real estate, which is literally 99% of the audience that I'm in front of now, is to take the very first course, which is called CI 101. You must mark this down. This will help your career in real estate. CI 101.
101.
Just mark it down. CI 101. You must have this Internet Worksheet. And mark down CI 101. And where do you learn all about CI 101? I gave it to you a moment ago. What's the website address?
Industrial.
ccim.com.
Yep. Industrial.
Okay, you got ccim.com. Now, if you take the CI 101 course, it will take the mystery out of commercial real estate for all residential people. All of a sudden, you will understand net operating income. You will understand income and expenses. And actually, you already understand income and expenses in your own household. Well, this is just going to show you the income and the expenses for even this industrial complex, commercial complex that we're in right now. You will learn how the value of this building is displayed on a sheet of paper in a profit and loss statement, and a statement that will show people why and how you can make money in real estate. And if you can show a nice picture of people, how they put money into this investment, how someday they can sell it and make money selling this investment, you're helping them to create wealth. And when you think about it, 90% of the millionaires in the world, they made it in real estate. And if you can show other people with net worth, and every one of you know people with a high net worth, people with money, over $300,000, over $1 million. If you go to a wedding, how many people attend the wedding that you go to? Just give me some numbers. The last wedding, okay, 300, 200. 250.
Yep. Yes.
Okay, so, 250 right up to 500 people. That is a sphere of influence for each and every one of you. And a lot of those people have a lot of money. And you can be showing them eventually real estate, but you have to add value. And how you can add value is you start taking the CCIM course, CI 101. One more thing you should mark down.
What is CCI?
I'm going to actually, it stands for Certified Commercial Investment Member. And I'll just briefly show it to you. I'm going to show you the local chapter.
I can check the chapter, but I didn't understand CCIM.
Okay, so it stands for Certified Commercial Investment Member. I'm going to bring it up on the screen here, assuming that we're still on the internet here, hopefully. and see if the wireless is working. It's twirling around up here. You can see it up there. Now, if we have troubles with this, I can always plug
It's
in.
okay. No, I
Oh,
understand.
we got it.
Yeah, you got it.
We got it coming up.
Send to Canada.
And you'll see that there's more programs that lead to a designation, a total of 5 altogether. That's CI 104, and they're conducted either at Ryerson University and sometimes at other locations around Toronto and Southern Ontario. They come once a year. But this is the local chapter website, marked down ccimcanada.com. ccimcanada.com. Okay? All right. And you'll learn more, and I invite you to join the chapter. I happen to be the membership.
I just want to learn.
Yeah, you should come out to the meetings. I'd like to invite you to the meetings.
No. We still in the, no matter what, if I go 100-year-old, but still I want to learn.
There you go. And I'm going to invite you to the meetings to learn. That's where you learn about technology, education, excellent speakers, and
You're the best.
well, thank you very much. But we have people like the Vice President of Canadian Tire Corporation. He comes and he speaks. Vice President of Penrail Corporation. It's a big REIT. They buy $200 million buildings. They come and speak, and they speak on the economy and how things are going.
The visa presidents are TD back.
Actually, the TD economist.
Must be old right now.
We have the TD economist comes down, speaks to us, and talks about the state of the economy. And this is important because remember a long time ago when there's a lot of problems in the United States, people were worried about buying a residential home. But if you listen to this man speak, he'll tell you that Canada is different from the United States. We didn't have the same underwriting problems.
Remember 81? 1981?
Absolutely.
I bought the property that time.
There you go.
279, I bought for 41,000. So I kept it.
And it's still making you money.
Oh, I make money.
There you go. So that's the nice thing about real estate. But if you have under your belt, you will be able to help people even more analyze the building, because you'll be able to analyze the before and after tax consequences of investing in any income producing real estate. You will understand that after CI 101. Now, you notice that we have LinkedIn on the screen here, down here in LinkedIn. How many people in this room have LinkedIn?
LinkedIn what?
LinkedIn.
No,
You see down here it says LinkedIn?
Yeah, LinkedIn, no. I hardly use that.
Some people don't have it, but one person has it, a few people have it. The importance of LinkedIn, I recommend every single person should have it. And the reason is the population, let me focus it this way. The population of Canada, or even some other countries, would be going down if it wasn't for
I don't think so. It's going
immigration. The population of Canada would be going down if it wasn't for immigration.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's about 250 to 300,000 people per year coming to Canada.
That's correct.
Now, a lot of them have to have a net worth of $1 million. Other countries, they don't have organized real estate like we do here in the United States and Canada. Over there, sometimes it's the wild, wild west. Just somebody knows the property and they take your money. You don't even know if they're legitimate sometimes. But in Canada, if you have some professional designations, or let me rephrase it, professional affiliations and memberships. So if you have a LinkedIn account and you show the people you belong to the Canadian Real Estate Association, everybody here belongs to that. You have a code of ethics, a code of conduct, and they see that you are a professional person in real estate, they have more confidence to deal with you because they know you're licensed and you've been trained to do things properly. And if you don't, you're going to get your hand slapped or you're going to get reprimanded if you do something underhanded or bad. Now, when you have LinkedIn, so you can show them you belong to the Canadian Real Estate Association, the Ontario Real Estate Association, the Toronto Real Estate Board. Now, in LinkedIn, you can also show them that if you belong to certain churches or places of worship or charity groups, maybe you contribute to certain charities. And it shows that you're a person that's civic-minded, you do things to help the community. These are the kind of things people like to see and admire about people, and maybe it will help them to want to deal with you. Because the bottom line in real estate still is one of developing good business relationships with people. Do you agree?
Yes.
Okay, so you want to develop good businesses relationship with people, and LinkedIn can help give you the credentials for people to see. Now, Facebook is important on another account. Facebook, you have a sphere of influence, like we were talking about. If you go to a wedding, all the people that come to that wedding are in one sphere of influence to you. Well, if you have a Facebook account for family purposes and you share your photos of maybe your kids graduating from university, or somebody my daughter just had a baby, and you share that stuff with them, that's on a personal level. Or maybe you have some funny things that you post on there, or a music video, something. People can visit back and forth with your Facebook on a personal level, and you can choose who sees that stuff. Well, your sphere of influence at a wedding are those kind of people, family people, acquaintances, that kind of thing. Now, if they come to your Facebook account and they can all of a sudden see your fan page, and on the fan page you have a link to your website, real estate website, and if they go to your real estate website and they see that you have these beautiful color photos of MLS listings, beautiful color photos in many cases of exclusive listings, not on the Toronto Real Estate Board, and you have commercial listings that are on MLS, and you have commercial listings that are exclusive, not on MLS, and you have all of this in a way that they can search within a computer, and if they can see your website on one of these mobile phones, bingo, you are connected to technology. Now, remember I mentioned in the beginning about electronic ignition for a car. You might not know how to fix the electronic ignition of a car. You get somebody to do it. Well, to set this all up, that's what ICI World has developed. Systems over the year that can be developed to show you how to get these things working and get them up and running, so that you just need your domain name and send people to your website from your fan page, from LinkedIn, from all of these other things on your business card. And you start to promote traffic coming into your website. They see a listing, and bingo, the moment they see a listing they like, they give you a call, you hop in the car, go show it, and you make 10, 20, 30, 40, $50,000 commissions if you have a showing today. If you do not have a showing today, you don't make anything. So this is all about generating those kinds of leads today. Twitter is another good one. You can set up a Twitter account for different various things. And some of these things, if you subscribe to our Twitters and you subscribe to the blog from ICI World, you will get ideas so that you can have a blog from your own website, articles. Do not use the article exactly as is. Try to change it into your own words, but always reference the article and always check the sources of the article that they allow you to do that. Let's move on. Now, in your documents, if you open up that now, you're going to see over 20 pages, sorry, I'm wrong, over 50 pages, 20 pages double-sided, over 50 pages of testimonials. And the reason we want you to look at that, and the people online, I'm going to show you, you can look at it too. If you go to ICIWorld.com and you click on testimonials, let's see if I can bring it up here. But the people that are in the audience, you should look through these testimonials right now. Look at all the people doing deals of properties not on the real estate boards. These are all exclusive, that are not on the real estate boards. And I'm going to be showing you today. Now we're having trouble bringing up that site. And if that's the case, I'm going to have to do some fast work here to get us back on the internet. And we have an issue here. I'll try, maybe I can
You
do
have
it.
to become the member of that company.
Yes, I'm going to be showing you
The
that.
person, that not on listing,
Yep,
Because
I'll be showing you that today. So, okay, so we're getting reestablished here, people. So our connection is a little bit slow. Hopefully this recording is going to go through. If it doesn't, then we won't use it. Okay, I'm going to click on testimonials up here. And we say don't take our word for it. You know something? I'm going to actually broadcast. This is going to be a good test. I'm going to actually hook up to I'm going to broadcast my Wi-Fi I'm going to turn my tethering on. Now, so the people at home, if we've had a problem, I'm turning my enable portable Wi-Fi hotspot, turn off Wi-Fi. Okay, say okay. I'm going to turn that on. And so there's a portable, this is now a portable Wi-Fi hotspot, this phone, as of now. And this network here, we're going to try to pick up the sound, or pick up the, let me see if it's down here. I'm just going to click on it. And there's, okay, now we are connected to Home Life Superstars right there.
Yeah.
So that's okay. So we'll keep broadcasting that way. But now the other one, the Wi-Fi hotspot. Let's just see if that's going to be coming on here.
I don't understand.
Shut off the Bluetooth and just keep the Wi-Fi.
Signals is a bit weak.
It should show up here in a moment.
Connected, but signals.
Yeah, but maybe now I think
Just see tethering. Trying to get the
वो आ
US
जाएंगे, right?
portable Wi-Fi
बच्चे थोड़ी है।
hotspot. Portable Wi-Fi hotspot. SM should be SM something. It's not showing, is it? What's that? Refresh which one? Oh, the one.
Yeah,
Oh, this one here?
yeah.
Okay, so let me see if I can.
Refresh and
I don't even know how to refresh it here. There it is. There, connect automatically.
connect.
Did you guess SM?
It's on the top.
Oh, there it is. Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm actually. You see how I've got a strong signal? So far, I'm going to switch over the signal, and I'm going to actually switch to connecting to my cell phone.
Okay.
Okay, and you see where it says connecting on the screen, people? Over there, it says connecting, right there.
But I connect to my home life signals too weak.
Okay, so I'm connecting, and
Yeah,
we're going to
look at
see,
it.
try the SM, connect automatically, connect. Oh, there's the choice to connect.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We refreshed it. Good suggestion from the back of the room
No,
there.
it's okay. No.
He's a big help.
We
Thank you.
learn from
Okay.
each other.
That's right, and I learned from everyone. And I'm going to click on testimonials again. Bingo, 1,000, 2,000, bingo. It comes up faster now than the wireless that I was using in here.
I learned lots from my son,
There we go.
from my wife, from
Very
my
good.
daughter. I learned lots.
You know something? That's the sound of a wise man.
No.
The more we learn, the more we find out we don't know.
That's a good. I like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now I have here, and you can read these on your own time.
Okay.
You can play this on YouTube.
YouTube.
And on YouTube. Now, I'm going to play the sound here. Hang on.
First name, please. Is this Prudential? And the phone number is 952386550.
Okay, so, okay, now I'm going to have to stop. They still can't hear us. We have people online that can't hear us, people.
No, it's okay.
And so I'm going to have to stop their sound
Yeah.
because they can't understand us.
I got the idea.
Okay, so you got the idea. Now, that show was called the Toronto Realtor Quest. Next week, people,
Next
you
week.
better go. Wednesday and Thursday. All of you must go to the Congress Center. It's a show put on by the Toronto Real Estate Board once a year. 2 days, more products and services that you can ever see in one little 2-day period than you can ever see for a whole year. So it's good. And ICI World will have a booth at that show. And so we invite you to attend that show and visit our booth as well. Okay, now, so all these testimonials that you see online, these are from people that are doing deals. This is $11 million shopping center. Would not have been done, maybe, through, might have eventually got done sometime, but it got done through here in any event. There's another 2 deals sold, and you're going to see people. There's a medical building, $9 million sold, and there's little $350,000. There's restaurants, $10,000 in commissions. I want to thank for the support. There's a $13 million apartment building. It was sold in 3 days. That's because of the email list services. And if you just go through all of these, in the essence of time, I'm just going to kind of allude to it so that you can have a look at it. And I'm going to give you an example of one lady, Doreen Francis. She's a residential salespeople, and I'm a residential salesperson, pardon me, and I'm going to show you how she was able to make money using these services that I'm going to show you today. information services that you cannot do on the Toronto Real Estate Board because you have to have a signed listing. And sometimes people don't want to sign a listing, and I'm going to be able to show you how that works. Okay, so let's go and continue on here. And so I show you all of this to show you that the information I'm showing you today, it works. And over there on the other side, you're going to see something called a pledge. I'm just shooting right by you. Do you see that pledge on the sign? And for the people on the screen here, I'm going to show the pledge as well. See if I can do it very quickly. Yes, I think I can. And that's because we're on LTE speed, people. The people online, we've switched to LTE speed. And I'm going to go down to our pledge, and you're going to see our pledge as follows. There it is. As a member, you should not go longer than 90 days without either doing business, either a deal, but at the very least, without developing a new business relationship with someone that you feel will lead to doing business with by using the tools that we supply to you, or you call us and let us train you how to do it. If you have electronic ignition problems, you call and you ask for help, and you get it fixed that way. The same thing is true with this service. Let's continue on.
I'm good. How are you?
All right. Why are we taking time out of our busy time here today when everybody's busy working on something? Here's the reason. On the internet, the real estate industry provides the highest return of any investment on the internet because one lead can make you a lot of money. If you get one person calling on one of your ads on the internet someplace, you go show it, you make a lot of money. So we're going to be showing you today how you can make this money. When you're on also this service, you are a world realtor. In other words, you can sell properties all over the world, not just in Ontario. Yes, all of Ontario, but also for the world. So if you have some people that you know in your country of origin, and maybe they have some property, you could actually get them to post some information through you. And if you trigger a lead, you can give them the person, let them go show it, and then maybe they can give you a referral fee. You could be doing referral fees in your country of origin as well, all over the world. Europe, Asia, Caribbean, you name it. Let's move on. Some of the things that are going on here for your personal listings are this. On ICI World, there's over 30,000 haves and wants. 75% of them are exclusive, not on real estate boards. That's why I showed you all those testimonials. You can be doing business on this. The next thing is we do both commercial and residential. We do both. And there can be properties coming for sale. I'm going to show you something that's very unique. The way you can work information in the business, not just listings. We're going to go to search at iciworld.com. And we're going to go down here and we're going to click on Canada and go over to Ontario Residential here. And click on Ontario Residential. And then we're going to go down and we're going to click on this keyword searching. And I'm going to click on that. And what does this say right here? Can you read that from there? Coming for sale. I'm going to click on that. You tell me if that isn't exciting. Now, in this room, how many of you think that you have a listing that might be coming for sale, that you can get a listing in the next 1, 2, 3, or 4 months? How many in this room think that you might get a listing coming for sale? You think you might have a listing coming for sale next 1, 2, 3 months? Somebody? Is it possible? How about yourself?
I don't see any. I don't have any.
I know you don't have any listings right now in your case.
Yeah, but
That's the average, by the way, in the industry is between 0 and 1 or 2 listings. That's the average, less than 5 listings. But I'm saying in the next 1, 2, or 3 months, do you think you might be getting a listing? You've got somebody that's thinking of maybe giving it to you? Do you? Okay, in your particular case, the person that's thinking of giving you a listing, what kind of property is it? Is it a home?
It is a home.
It's a home, and what city?
It's
in
Mississauga, and approximate
नहीं,
price
अभी हुई
range.
है, that's why I'm wondering.
about 500.
उसने वो
Okay,
lease कर
so
दी
you
ना?
have one of the. Let's look at what it would look like if you were to place that on here.
Yeah.
Coming for sale, Etobicoke, you could say
Because,
Mississauga.
उसने मुझे फोन करके
Detached
कैंसिल करने
home,
बोल दिया.
$550,000.
है वो terminate
And you
कर
would
देते
say
हैं.
approximately
It has been
$500,000. Because until you get the listing, you don't really know, do you?
अब इनको क्या करना?
Okay.
इनको
Now,
non-confirmation
you can say a
दो,
few
हम
other
लोग
pieces
वाले
of
को ना.
information, and when somebody clicks on that, they're going to see the information on the screen. Do you see the address?
Yeah, I know.
The answer is no. Do they identify exactly where that property is?
City, yes.
Just the city. Can you figure out which property it is?
Non-confirmation for Leonard
You cannot.
Saravatnam.
That's right. So in other words, you know that there's a home coming for sale, but nobody could end
This
up
is
going
for
direct to the
700
property because you did not give them the address and you did not identify the property. You can do
And
that,
is
and I'm going to show you in a
for,
moment
Today,
how
11 to
that's
12.
done. But the point is, if you had a message like
you are unable
this
to
and
use the
somebody
tenants.
called you, and what's the first thing they're going to do when they call you?
And your name?
What are they going to ask?
Haley? Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.
Yeah, it's me, the property.
Where is the property and when is it coming for sale, right? And they're going to ask you for the address. And are you going to give it to them? No, that's right. What you're going to say is, in this particular case, we have to put an agreement in place first. But I should be getting the listing in about 3 weeks. Once I get it, I'm going to put your name on a list. And once I get the listing signed, I'll give you a call back, and you can be one of the first people to go see the property. How does that sound? Isn't that unique? Now, why is this important? We were talking before about the internet and having real estate on the internet generate leads. If you don't have any listings or you only have one listing, essentially you're out of business. Would you agree or disagree? So if you don't have any listings, it's hard to make money. You can work with a few buyers and try to get a listing, but you're still spinning the wheels until you get some listings. The advantage of getting a signed listing is you can put it on the Toronto Real Estate Board or on any board in the world for that matter, because this works no matter where it is, whether it's in Canada, United States, any place in the world. Is then when they put it on the internet, that's where the 5.5 billion people using all the services on the internet are. And if somebody sees it, bingo, you get a call, you go show it, and you make some money. Now, if you don't have anything on the internet, you have no inventory on the internet. People, I suggest to you that this is inventory on the internet. If you have something coming for sale, this becomes your inventory on the internet that can trigger a lead. Now, this is not on the Toronto Real Estate Board, but the Toronto Real Estate Board is on the internet. ICI World is on the internet. Okay, so you can put it on an information service. We're a broker-centric service. We only allow brokers to put information on our service in database number 1. We allow the public to put it in database 2, but the only people that can access the contact information in database 2 are
Thanks for holding.
the real estate members, brokers, people of the service. Yes, sir.
This is all the rule that always
Okay, we're going to talk about listings and the procedure to handle that. And that's a good question. I will be answering it momentarily. Okay, and that's about if you have this kind of information, you have to put it on the Toronto Real Estate Board first, is what your question is. Are you allowed to even do it on any other service? Okay, we're going to talk about that here in a moment. So some people feel, and you're one of many questions I get like that they feel the only way you can market real estate is through the Toronto Real Estate Board and you can't do it any other way. Okay, we're going to be answering that question momentarily. Certainly, we feel as well, because we've served on MLS committees and we're brokers and we're members of the Canadian Real Estate Association, it's best to put it on the Toronto Real Estate Board if you can get it signed. But there's going to be some people that say, I don't want to sign a listing.
why? Because you remember, right?
Now? Okay.
There's some people that don't want to sign the
telephone
listing.
guy will come to
They want to try to sell it themselves first without the commission.
When somebody be
But for
there,
different
we have
reasons.
the- we can-
Confidential reasons. A restaurant owner doesn't want to put his restaurant on
We have the-
Toronto Real Estate Board because then everybody's going to know it's for sale and it could be bad for business. So there's lots of reasons why you can have confidential information, and I'll cover some of that.
But why, the thing is, anyways, I think the business, why you get about it? Because
I am calling from.
Well, I'm just letting you know, there's some owners that want to do it confidentially. I know it's hard to understand maybe some of these things, but I'm telling you it's being done. Let me ask you a question. Do you have propertyguys.com in this area? Propertyguys.com, have you ever heard of it?
That's okay. I'll
That's a
tell them to be
FISBO
good.
type service, isn't it?
same like commerce.
Comfrey, same type of thing. Why do people list with them? Like, you got to think about it. People want to try to do things themselves their own way. At least try.
Thank you, bye.
Now, I have a question for you, and do you know the answer? Let's find out. Of all the for sale by owners that are out there, you ever drive by a sign and you see for sale by owner? Yeah, they're all out there, all kinds of them. In the newspaper tonight, in the Toronto Star, are there people trying to sell properties themselves privately? Yes. Now, of all those people, when they eventually sell, what percentage eventually sells as a result of a licensed real estate broker or salesperson? Throw me out a percentage that you think. And if you don't know, you can just say, I don't know.
The chances are more of selling.
Hello, you give me your cell number?
Okay, so in other words, you think what, 75, 80% is eventually sold by real estate? Maybe 90. Okay, nobody is really sure. What do you say?
Approximately
80%? What do you say about 80%? So we have
Okay, I'll call you.
people in the room, most knowledgeable salespeople that have been in the business for 3, 4, 5 years or more. They will say anywhere from 75 to 90% of all real estate is eventually sold through a licensed real estate salesperson like yourself, even though today they're trying to sell it as a for sale by owner.
Confirmation for,
So now, that is a big source of business, and I'm going to be showing you how you can be working that information now for 2 reasons. Number 1, you might get a buyer now and be able to go sell it. Or number 2, you can show that owner that you're producing for them, and they eventually list it with you. So you can have 2 major benefits from doing some of this stuff. Let's continue on, and I'm going to show you. Doing it this way, coming for sale, you might end up with a showing on this property. Maybe you don't sell it the first time you show it. But the owner, are they going to appreciate you showing it? Yeah, big time. So this can start to show the owner that you're working hard to show that property. Okay, let's give her a chance for 3 months. Why not? And bingo, you can get the listing. You put it on the Toronto Real Estate Board, which is wonderful.
Thanks for holding.
And maybe sell it that way.
I'm good, how are you?
So yeah, there's some major advantages to doing these kinds of things, and it helps you as a real estate licensed salesperson in the business. Let's move on. Now, these are the kind of things that you can actually work through this service. And I showed you now the properties coming for sale. That's something that's not normally seen out there, but now it's becoming big time on ICI World. And you can subscribe to the city list service. We have brand new list services for Mississauga. It's absolutely free for you to subscribe to receive the listings, residential listings for the cities in Ontario. You can start with Mississauga, subscribe absolutely free through this service. It just got built May the 1st. What's the date today? May the 3rd. You're the first audience that I'm actually introducing it to, but we're going to be introducing it to the Toronto Real Estate Board to 10,000 people on Wednesday and Thursday. We're going to be announcing that. You can subscribe by cities. And people, this is the beginning to receive listings by email, exclusive listings, not on the Toronto Real Estate Board or any board for that matter, exclusive listings by email, literally within 24 hours of them becoming available. And it's the beginning of putting cities, subscribing by cities, for not just in the GTA, but for all of Ontario. We're going to do it for all of Canada, and we're going to do it for the United States and for all of the world. This is the beginning, May the 1st, 2014. I'm announcing it now. and we're recording. So
4168.
this is very,
All right.
it's a very cutting edge
Nice.
technologies that are
Nice.
happening here. Keep in mind, we're real estate brokers that have been trying to use technology, not the other way around. So maybe we're a little slower on some things on the uptake, but eventually we get it done. The main thing, is it making money for licensed real estate salespeople? And is it helping you provide good services to your prospects and to your clients? That's the big thing.
Is just for
move
this
on.
one or like
For sale by
something
owners, we're talking about that. Assignments. You know what assignments are? Assignments essentially is somebody might contract to buy a condo to be built that's not going to be built for 3 years from now. But in the meantime, sometimes they get transferred. They might get transferred to Vancouver or someplace. Now they have to sell that property. But sometimes you can't advertise them on a open market, but you could maybe do it on an exclusive basis, and that's what assignments are. Now postings, we're calling that haves and wants, and the term listings is used kind of loosely. Is it a listing on a real estate board, or a listing can be a listing that's not on a real estate board, but listings can actually be line items of a list. These are all the listings that we have. It could be listings for recipes and all kinds of other things. So that term is used a little loosely. In real estate, we're going to maybe start distinguishing more. The listing is a signed listing, but even then, you can't be sure. You always must check. Do they have a signed listing before you show a property? Always check. Let's move on. How we help you now is with two databases. You'll see a member database and a public database, and the public may add their haves. Haves are the properties for sale. Wants are what people want to buy. I'm going to show you the two databases now. Let's go back here, and we're going to go right back up to ICIWorld.com just so we can start all together
So
right
this
here,
property
ICIWorld.com, which is interchangeable with
Kipling?
WorldRealEstateNetwork.com. Just click on search.
Mark.
And these are all database number one. But if I go part way down the page, you will find that there is database number 2 here. This is where we allow the public to advertise absolutely free. And I'm going to click on it, and it's going to bring up a page, and you're going to see database 2, the free FSBO area. And I'm going to click on Canada, and I'm going to go right to Mississauga and click on it. These have been posted by the public. But you will notice that you cannot click on any of these listings. Okay? Who can click on those listings? Just the members of ICI World. Okay? So you will have access to this if you're a member. Now, I was telling you a story before about one of those testimonials, Doreen from Realty Networks. She spotted somebody that was trying to sell a church, a place of worship in here. And she called them up. And she actually got the information, and she was able to market it, and I'm going to show you exactly what she asked them here in a moment. But I'm showing you database number 2, the free FSBO area. You can go in there, and you can be doing business with these people. We've even had buyers. Look at this person looking, wanting to buy things, Some people have even come in here wanting to buy something, a sixplex. They found the buyer. They actually went to the MLS system and found a sevenplex and went and sold it. So it can work hand in hand with your MLS system as well. It's pretty neat that way. Let's move on. So you now know that there's 2 world databases. And we're going to continue on, and this recording is going along fine. You'll be able to listen to this recording on your own time at a later time as well. Now there's also 2 data streams. We've talked about commercial. ICI World is known to be commercial. It stands for Industrial, Commercial, and Investment Real Estate. But over the last year, we moved into residential, and we learned how to separate the commercial listings from the residential listings. What we could not do was separate them by the email list services. So people in the GTA were getting the commercial listings and the residential all mixed up together. We just figured it out over the last while how to separate it out. So if you put on a residential listing, it goes to the residential email list service. And if you put on a commercial listing, it stays on the commercial real estate email list service. I'm announcing today, as of May the 1st, today's May the 3rd, you're the first group, we now have residential email list services completely separate from the commercial real estate list services. So this is a major announcement. in helping all the residential brokers and salespeople in the world make money helping their customers. And it's also by cities as well. You can actually subscribe to Mississauga or Brampton or Markham and all these different cities. And you can subscribe to the GTA residential. And we have them for all of Ontario as well. Includes condos, cottages, vacation properties, and more. I'm not going to cover this because I'm actually going a little bit slow and I got to move along a little quicker. So if you do have some questions, I'm going to ask to save them or write them down so we can handle them at the end. I've got to move on a little.
Sorry?
Thank you. ICI World itself has a emailing subscription database of over 60,000 that we send out email monthly emails and newsletters to twice a month, of 40,000 monthly readership, and every single day, just as we're sitting here or you're listening to this, there's over 20,000 emails that are delivering, have, and want information to anybody who cares to subscribe. It's absolutely free. The public can subscribe. Other real estate people can subscribe. These are haves and wants placed by hardworking real estate salespeople that are in the best position in the world to identify people who want to sell, people who want to buy. And you will be able to network this information on an exclusive basis, and I'll show you how here in a moment. We're coming up to it. The moment you do advertise something on ICI World, it is instantly appearing on over 18,000 pages on the internet, instantly and automatically. There's over 1 million hits per month demonstrating activity from people from over 100 countries. And yes, there are people buying properties from offshore and buying in Canada and buying all over the world. How they do it is this. One broker had a property that he could not get anybody from Toronto to show it. It was a $4.5 or $5 million apartment building, not in this, it was in a different city. He advertised it on here. He couldn't get anybody from Toronto to show it. But he did get somebody from offshore to show it, to become interested in it. Well, how can a person offshore buy a property in Ontario when they're in another country? What they did is they sent them an AACI appraisal. AACI stands for Accredited Appraisal of the Canadian Institute. And that's a big, thick appraisal like this that tells everything about a property. They sent it to these people in this other country. They liked the property. They made an offer conditional on due diligence. They weren't going to fly over here, look at the property, and then say, okay, they can't even get together on the price or get sold or something else. They put in a property conditional for 30 days on due diligence. Once the offer got accepted, they hopped on a plane, and Bruce picked them up at the airport right over here and drove them to his community, showed the building, and within a week the property was sold. They removed their condition. That's an over $200,000 commission selling to people not from this area. Another one bought a student housing rental near the university. They were from the United Kingdom. But he had a father-in-law who lived in Oakville. He got the father-in-law, he spotted the property on the internet. He got the father-in-law to go look at the property. Because when you see it in a picture, it could look beautiful, but when you get up close, the paint is peeling, and there's a lot of problems, but you don't know it from the picture. He sent his father-in-law to look at it. They liked it. He put in the offer. He bought it from the United Kingdom. So yeah, people can buy properties because most people from other countries already have somebody living here. And that happens, that's very true in Vancouver with a lot of people from Hong Kong. So people can buy properties from all over the world, but you got to make it available to them. And I see my own self, I'm suggesting that a lot of agents know about information, and you can stop a secret agent. There's a way to get all that information onto the internet that becomes your inventory that can trigger a lead. You can do this with FSBOs, with open listings, exclusive non-MLS listings, even builders that don't want to sign a listing. They might give you permission to do that verbally. Expired listings coming for sale, and for people who want to sell quietly. Not everybody wants to put their $5 million home with all the pictures so that the whole world can see it. Thieves, all kinds of people can see the pictures of the beautiful contents of these gorgeous homes. A lot of people don't want that. They don't want those beautiful homes like that, exhibited like that. Others They don't care. They got good burglar alarms and they're secure and they're ready to market their home. They're moving and they like to show off their home, and that's good. And that helps real estate people market these homes, as I'll be showing you in a moment. I'll be showing you some of these $5 and $10 million homes here in a moment. And so some people want to sell it exclusively. This is a way to do it as well. Here is the key, people. And I'm standing up now to just stretch my legs because I've been sitting. You should mark these 3 questions down. You write those 3 questions down, you are going to make money for the rest of your life if you understand what's going on here. This is the essence of ICI World. We have 1,000 brokers. We have a readership, 40,000 people, and it's networking information. But you must learn how to get the information exactly and how to put it on. If you learn this, you are about to make a lot of money. And I'm going to show you how with specific examples. The first question is this. When anybody ever says to you, I would like to sell my property, but I don't want to give you a listing. Keep in mind, you've already tried to get a listing, but they're saying, no, I want to try it myself for a while. I will pay you a commission if you bring me a buyer, but I don't want to sign a listing. You ask them these 3 questions here. The first question is, will you pay me a commission if I bring a buyer? If you ask them, will you pay me a commission, just like that, they're going to say no. They just finished telling you, I'm not giving you a listing. But if I bring you a buyer, would you pay me a commission?
If you have any questions,
You got it?
you can give us a call.
Very important, people. Very important if I bring you a buyer. I had one broker come back to me and says, I can't get anybody. I says, what's your question? He says, well, I'm asking, will they pay me a commission? Right now? Yeah. No. This is if I bring you a buyer.
Minimum 2 months होना चाहिए.
Question number 2. Once I get a buyer, will you give me a 48-hour exclusive listing once I have a buyer? Very important question, people. Very. Because this gets a verbal agreement from the owner. He says, okay, you have a buyer? Okay, I'll give you a 48-hour exclusive listing, but you got to have a buyer to show the property, then I'll give it to you. But not 48, I'm going to only give you 24 hours. You know, they don't want to tie up their property sometimes for a long length of time. They want to keep trying to sell it to their own people.
Yeah, there's another
But
132.
just because we have,
Yeah. Yes.
I've got another sign downstairs that
All
says
right,
we have
thank you.
30,000 listings. 75% of them are exclusive. 30,000 listings on ICI World. 75% exclusive. It doesn't mean that we don't put agreements in place first before showing the property or before divulging the address of that property. Are we clear? I'm emphasizing this because I'm here to make you money. I'm here to make sure that you don't say it wrong and then maybe you give them the address or something without having a signed
Hello, I'm
listing.
calling from
This
Home
is part of our
Superstars.
confidential information
There's
in
an
this
appointment to
business.
see your property today between 5 and 6. Is that okay? All right. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
On
My
ICI World,
Superstars.
there's 30,000 throughout the world, yes.
What's the last thing?
Oh, 15 or maybe 20,
Thank you,
I don't know.
cancellation?
Lots.
Yeah.
20, 25,000 is the majority is in that
45?
area.
Humber
Now,
Shed?
the next
Yeah.
question is this, and people, you have taken your time to come here
Yes.
today. If you don't get the 2 parts to this question,
Okay.
everybody even listening
Bye-bye.
to this online is wasting your time if you don't
Thanks,
understand this
Bye-bye,
third question, and
superstars.
I'm going to go into it with 2 more slides here in a minute.
Mhm.
You ask the person, may I advertise your property? May I market your property
Mhm.
without the address? I'm not going to be using the address.
Zeta
Remember I
Mabel?
said before, a home in Mississauga, $550,000. That's it. You're not going to give the address. And here is the reason why. According to the Real Estate Council of Ontario, and this is the question that I'm addressing you at the back, this is the reason. You must understand this. That according to the Real Estate Council of Ontario, and this goes for all licensing bodies probably throughout the United States and Canada, you better check with your local board, wherever it is, and your licensing requirements,
Vista,
but it might be similar to this.
Yeah.
A registrant shall not include anything in an advertisement that could reasonably be used to identify the specific real estate unless the owner of the real estate has consented in writing.
A couple of instructions, lock doors.
In other words, if you're going to advertise a property and you're going to give the address to
Oh,
somebody,
my superstars.
what must you do?
Hello?
You must have a signed listing,
Yeah, he's not in the office.
a
Do you want me to
signed
pay him to give you
listing,
a call?
consent of the owner in
Can you
writing.
please?
But if you don't identify the property,
Okay.
if you don't give the
Yes.
address, you can network that
Mhm.
information. Our service, ICI World,
All right,
started
okay.
from a book that I
Nawaz.
read by Bill Gates.
Okay, thanks. Right.
Anybody ever hear of Bill Gates?
किसके साथ रहेंगे?
Yeah.
I study about him a lot.
There you go.
Randy के
He
साथ?
wrote a book called
नहीं, इनको
at,
basically,
and I'm making an
I
at
was
sign in the
checking
audience
his
to the ones
was
listening
also
online,
in bed.
at the speed
So that means
thought.
कोई problem ही है
That
आपके
was the name of the book.
बोलने से।
At the speed of thought. Now, when I read that, and this is back in 1990s, early 1990s, I saw this. I says, in real estate, we have a thought in our brain. I know that man wants to sell his property. That's a thought. It's not a listing. It's a thought. Well, if I can take that thought and put it on the internet where there's 5 billion people, somebody else might be interested and say, well, listen, why don't you see if you can get a listing on it and maybe I'll show it, maybe we'll buy it. So you can start to generate business from the thought of a book that I read from Bill Gates, and I'm just a real estate guy like everybody else. And that's what translating all of this information service is what we've been doing. But you have to follow the licensing guidelines for your real estate license. Now, watch this. If I said I had a restaurant in Mississauga for $350,000 making money, am I identifying that restaurant? Out loud. No. The answer is no. If I said I had a restaurant at the corner of Huron, Ontario and Dundas Street, $350,000 making money, am I identifying that restaurant?
You are.
You are is correct.
But I don't know.
Because somebody could go to those 3 restaurants on that corner and within 1 hour can determine which one it was.
Which one is
And if the commission for a business is $35,000, because it can be 10% in businesses, people,
वो कोई भी market sentiment है।
they could try to go around behind your back and
मैंने सिर्फ
save
वो वाले market
$35,000.
correct.
$35,000 can put your kids through school. It can help with your retirement. It can buy a new car. It can help you go on vacation. And what you did by telling them here, Ontario and Dundas Street in that area, you just gave $35,000 away. Doctors have confidential information. Lawyers have confidential
For
information.
my superstars, please
Accountants
hold.
have
For my
confidential
superstars, please
information.
hold.
I suggest to you
Oh, my
that
superstars.
this is our confidential information. When you
superstars.
network information on ICI World. They're like little gold nuggets, some of these things. You go show a property, next thing you know, if somebody likes it, they write an offer, and all of a sudden you're making $35,000 or something. So, let's move on. Toronto Triplex.
Okay.
Am I giving it away in this ad? $750,000
Which company are
positive
you
cash flow. Yes or no?
Okay, and when you want
Don't
it?
give me any address.
No address, you can't identify. You don't know which one it is.
Which one is that?
But if I said it was on the corner
Tomorrow
of
for
Bloor
35,
and
30?
Ossington next to
All
the
right, okay.
Pizza, am I giving
Thanks.
it away?
Sure.
You bet. Let's go to the next one. The same thing with the next one. Okay, you understand that? Now, let me give you another one. If I say I have an Esso gas station in Caledon, am I giving it away?
No. Caledon, this is town. Right? Maybe ASO is only one ASO over there. Then you can find out everything. I can find out.
So the answer is
Well,
yes.
if you
Actually,
say,
I'm saying, am I giving it away? Your answer, although you said no, is really yes.
Yeah.
He's right. Because there's only one gas station. You got it?
Yep.
Okay, good show.
No,
Now,
I gone through this kind of stuff, last 13, 14 years, I
but
gone.
there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, now, how would you advertise this property? And this is going to be good for you to know. Everyone, actually, not just you, the whole industry. What you could say is branded gas station, 1 hour to Toronto. You got it?
Yep, that's the right way.
Now, somebody gives you a call on the phone. And what's the first thing they're going to say? Ask you.
What brand is?
Go ahead.
What brand is it and where is it?
Where is? Where is located?
Right?
Sainsbury.
And you're going to have to make a statement. And if you want, you mark these words down now on the pad of paper. You know those 3 questions?
Yeah.
When somebody calls you and they ask you for the address, here's the answer. I'm giving you the answer. Okay? You can write this down.
Okay.
In this particular case,
Now
you can start writing. In this particular case, we have to put an agreement in place first. You tell them. In this particular case, we have to put an agreement in place first. But if you like, I can make arrangements for you to see it. You come to my office on Saturday at 12 or 1 o'clock, and I will make arrangements for you to see it. Got it? Now, what do you do on Friday, the day before? What do you do on Friday, the day before?
I'll work it out.
Seller, right?
Go to the seller and get yourself a signed listing.
You're right.
You go show the property and make $50,000. All right. I was telling you a story about Doreen. Now I'm going to tell you how she did it. She saw a church for sale. Now she's a residential salesperson. Chances are, if you saw a church for sale, would you call up the owner and talk to him normally? Probably not. No? But now you can. You can call him up. And what's the first question that you will ask? Well, yeah, you're going to find it's for sale.
It's already been listed for sale. So what's the first question? That's what I want to hear.
I've gone over the 3 questions. I gave them for you to write down. What's the first question?
You can bring a buyer.
Perfect. You can come sit right up to the front of the class. Very good.
No, that's a good answer.
He should be at the front of the class.
That's a good answer.
Okay, so you ask the owner, would you pay me a commission if I bring you in a buyer? That's the first yes. What's the next question? And I know you know it. What's the second question, people, from the rest here?
How long we can close this one?
Nope.
No.
Will you give me 48 hours exclusive listing once I have a buyer? Oh, nice.
Yes.
Makes
You
sense.
just got a second yes. Okay? Now, I know you two know this. What is the third question?
May I advertise your property one?
Yes. 3 yeses.
Okay.
So Doreen did that. She's a residential salesperson. She works in Etobicoke.
Alright.
She called them up and she got yes, yes, yes. So she put it on ICI World. Can I show you how she puts it on ICI World? How can I do it?
That's what I want to know that.
I'm going to show you. Just 1 second. I'm going to come back to it more than once, so we're going to just show it right here.
Why if we ask only 48 hours? Something is happening.
You can, okay, no, that's a good question. May I answer? You can ask for 1 month. Some guys get 1 month, 1 week. It's up to you what you want to ask, okay? But once you have one buyer, it's going to take you 1 month to show the one buyer. What you really is shopping for is a whole listing to try to sell it, right? But you can still market it through ICI World the way it is if you get the verbal permission. Now watch this.
No, 48 hours, okay, fine. If you have the client, really serious client, okay, that's fine. Sometimes I do 72 hours. Sometimes I do.
That's right, 72, 96 hours.
Yeah, sometimes I do
You're right.
like this way.
It's flexible. It's up to you. In fact, my point is, as a broker, is just get something in writing. And I think your broker of record
Yep.
would agree, get something in writing. It could be an agreement to advertise. It could be lots of other different kinds of agreements that your own office will have for you in this situation. If you go into the Toronto Real Estate Board, in the front door on the right-hand side, they've got a list of exclusive agreements that you can use. So they do MLS, but they also show you how to do exclusive there too. You know, so they've already actually got the forms. Now, let's go to ICI World and pretend you're a member. You're going to go to the login screen, way over here. Login. And then on the left-hand side are all the choices. You'll end up logging in to the service, okay? And then you're going to click on Add Have Want. Up comes this. And so what you're going to do, what you're going to type in is say Etobicoke
ये कॉन्सेंस वाले फोन पे आते हैं
Church.
नहीं आते?
$2.5
We are sorry to
million.
keep you waiting, but कब आएंगे? Confirmation
That's it.
देना है.
The less you say, the better. This is not a listing service like a real estate board. You can put everything in here and sell it like a listing if you want to.
That goes minimum, right? 2.5 million.
This is $2.5 million. And
Is
then
the minimum side.
you select Canada, you select Ontario, you
Canada.
select Greater Toronto, and then you come down here and select Toronto. And then you can say Etobicoke. Oopsie daisy, hang on one second here. This works for every single area of the world. It does not matter where you are. We're on the internet, whether 5 billion people. Everybody can click into it from any area of the world and see your information. People just still don't understand that as well as they should. The readership is here. Okay, now, you can, it's probably our category is either commercial, but sometimes this happened to have been an industrial building, I think. I'm not sure. But anyways, the point is you got to select the one that applies. Put in here church again. Put in here location Etobicoke. Put in here 2,500,000. Make it easier to see. Hang on. And then Etobicoke with an E. And what we usually do is just grab this information and just place it down here. Bingo. Go down to the bottom of the page and submit the information, but not before filling in one of these items. And I want to show you the control that goes on here. You'll notice MLS is one of them in the middle.
Yep.
But you can do exclusive. You can do, if you're the owner, we have owners, like the
Right,
real estate
second
broker
hold on.
owners, sometimes selling your own property here.
Confirmation.
And then you see regular
For
client.
Adam
A lot of them
Covenant.
are using regular client, where maybe
Can
this is
we
somebody.
all together, MLS owner and
You don't need to. If it's MLS, that's all you need.
Today 5 to 6.
Okay? But if it's on MLS, you just choose MLS.
Lock
Then
first, lock
people
box.
know, other brokers know when they
1940.
call you on that, it's MLS.
And you need-
Now, if it's an
I know that's
open
what you
listing,
need.
for instance, like open listing,
That's
which a
right.
lot of them are, where, you know, most owners, they're trying to sell properties themselves, and they'll give you the okay to go ahead and advertise it and
Hello.
bring them in an offer. We call it an open listing, a back pocket listing. A lot of developers will not sign anything every day of the week with different real estate people. But you bring them an offer for their building, they'll sell it. And so those are the different kinds of agreements that you can have,
Already correct, I
open
think.
listings, those kinds of things. It gives you an opportunity to work information, not
Yeah.
just listings. I'm suggesting that every single one of you can come up with at least 15 opportunities over 90 days. If I give you 90 days to come up with at least 15 opportunities, could you do it? You bet. There's hundreds of FSBOs out there. Just go ask 3 questions. They all want to sell, and 75 to 80% of them are selling through real estate. So this is the beginning of helping you to start marketing.
I don't think so.
So she did that. And she got a call from a member of a congregation who was interested in that church. How does the information look when you put it on? I go over here, Latest World Commercial on the left, and Latest World Residential on the left. I'm going to click on Latest World Commercial, and there you're going to see 50 to 100 new listings coming in every single day. You can search them in a pre-sorted fashion by category, by price, by city, by keyword, by all kinds of things by going to search. I'm just showing you how they're getting added one at a time. And so she put it on there. She got a call from a member of a congregation. She made arrangements to go show it. She showed it. They liked it. Now, when it comes to the offer,
Okay.
You know how to write an offer on a church?
Oh my superstars.
No, neither do I.
Patterns?
Who would you ask for help? I'm asking, who would you ask for help if you want to write an offer on a church?
That's only choice is lawyer.
Yes.
A lawyer. Absolutely. That's a good choice.
But I never
But you could start by going to your broker of record, to your manager, because maybe you could use his lawyer instead of...
Some broker record is sometimes it doesn't. The lawyer's, I would say, the best one.
Okay, the lawyer. But maybe you could use the lawyer for the purchaser.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And that's exactly what happened. They drew it up. Just make sure the name of your real estate company brokerage is on the offer so that you get paid your commission. She did that. It got accepted, $2.4 million. She made $54,000 within 90 days of learning the 3 questions. You said it. Let me just go back here. Let me go back.
Not really, really want to know.
Let me just show you.
I see.
There they are.
Yeah.
There's the
And-
3 questions.
Yeah.
You can do this on residential.
Mhm.
You can do this on commercial. You can do this on businesses. Okay? And if you're not making money
That's what
within
you
90
need, 5 to
days
6.
or at very minimum developing good business relationships, there's something wrong. You're not getting up to 15. You got to get yourselves up to 15. Now, one more question. If I have a $30 million shopping center in Brantford, Ontario, am I giving it away?
Why should I? I want to grab as much as I can.
I know, but I'm saying if I put
If
an
you have
ad,
my-
if I put an ad on ICI World,
Oh, you put it. Okay.
okay, and I say $30 million shopping center, Brantford, Ontario,
Confirmation.
am I giving it away?
Kithis Nadaraja.
Can people figure out which one it is?
Kethh.
They can. Why?
39
There's only
Medibel.
one. There's only one of those.
Magic.
So you have to be careful with your information.
Yes, that's what you got a point.
530
Yeah.
630.
Brentford.
Good rest.
Brantford, I
Thanks.
say. If it's something
There's
you
only
know,
one, you know.
there's only one. Now, if I say like I have a pizza in Caledon, there might, or in Oakville, there might only be 2.
Final visit.
you got to be careful with your businesses. So you just say I have a pizza business.
You got your point.
Okay? So I share this with you so that you can become knowledgeable. You know, every one of you has to go through a lot of training to get into real estate. And there's a lot of law involved. What you can do, what you can't do, how you represent, who you're working for, misrepresentation, all of those things. This is something else that is important for you to understand that can help you in your career. And it will open up the whole market of information to you people. I'm very excited about this because I've seen many people make good use of it. Some other people haven't understood it up till now. Maybe they can revisit it and make good use of it. Okay, how do we help you? Well, we're going to talk a few minutes about widgets and then a few minutes on websites, and then that concludes our session for today. On the widgets, these are active links that go on your existing website, and they contain listings. If your website does not have listings, how does it compare to a website that does have listings? Well, 90% of the people on the internet are searching for listings. So if you have listings on your website, it stands to reason that you will more likely trigger a call. Agree?
96
Okay,
customers.
I'm going to show you how you can add thousands of listings to your website
VEN.
just like
And
that,
that is
snap
for
of a
today,
finger.
4 to 5.
Here we go.
Not first,
I'm
not
going to give you
last.
some examples.
1953.
You can see these examples, everyone, for the world.
Yeah.
You can simply go back to ICIWorld.com. Started in 1994 and just seems to get good tools working for people more as we go along. It's really an industry service that, as far as I'm concerned, belongs to you. This service
Sorry?
belongs to you. This was built for licensed real estate people.
Okay.
And licensed real estate people should always control the
Yes.
information that kind of goes on here and how it's displayed, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
Let's move on. I'm going to click up here that it says members. For members. If you go here, you're going to see a list of services of everything on ICI World.
416
And we're talking about a list of services that starts with
278
marketing and network exposure for all your haves and wants all
416
year
278
long.
9158.
The next thing here, though, is widgets to power up your website.
All right, okay.
In our opinion, widgets are like spark plugs for a car. Your car will not work without spark plugs. If your car has spark plugs, you can go. Widgets are the same thing for a website. If you have these real estate widgets from ICI World, it can fire up your website to trigger leads. And I'm going to deliver and show you this information here now in an example
And you will send
using
it to the
widgets
people's
from
choice?
other good website companies, because we also supply websites, but we support all websites in the world. No matter what website you have, whether you built it yourself, have a company, we support your website with widgets. Let's demonstrate them now with some other good website companies that have these widgets on your website. Does anyone in this room have any one of these companies as their website? No? Okay, I'm going to use an Incom website then, if I may. Okay? I'm going to click on the Remax Incom one here, and you'll see that this is a similar website that you have. You can recognize that? The type of website. Now you're going to notice that there's some buttons here, one called residential
Confirmation
and one
for
called
sale
commercial. I'm going to start by clicking on the residential button. And when I click on the residential button, it's twirling around up at the top.
Six
You'll see
shining willow.
it's twirling away
That is 48,
way up there.
53.
You see that? So I'm going to try to let it work and see if it's going to come up.
Kim?
The website.
Sorry.
This is a website company that makes websites. It's a good website company.
Income, they design your web.
They can design websites for you. And there's many companies that do it. This is one good website such company. You'll see them on the screen. Now, what comes up is this. Do you see that residential haves and wants? Or you can do the property search here. What we're going to do is we're going to click on residential haves and wants. And what comes up on the screen are properties in Ontario by city. And you'll see that there's a statement here that says, we subscribe to a global real estate broker center of haves and wants. When any of the following interest you or you wish to place your haves and wants for internet worldwide exposure, please feel free to give me a call. And if you notice, the telephone numbers are right here for the brokers, for the salespeople. You see that? Okay, now let's go down here. We happen to be in Etobicoke, is that correct?
Yeah.
I'm going to click on Etobicoke. We can also click on Toronto. But I'm going to click on Etobicoke, and up comes properties in Etobicoke right there. And you'll see from $3 million, 800,000 haves and wants of properties in Etobicoke. Now, if someone sees this property here, this freehold townhouse, if somebody sees this on your website, they're going to try to click on that number to see more information.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to click on it, and I can't do it. What is the good news, people? What's the good news about that?
They gotta contact you.
Okay.
They got to contact you.
All right.
So from your website having no listings or little listings, bingo, all of a sudden, you can start getting calls. Now let's talk about people that have listings on their website now. The listings that you have on your website now, do they have addresses showing?
Yes.
They do. So if, now, your regular clients, if a regular client goes to your website, in fact, your regular clients will probably come to you someday and say, here's 4 MLS listings. I would like to go through these on the weekend.
Today, 3:30 to 4:30.
That's from your regular clients. They do that, right? But if you're trying to get new people to call you, is it possible that if they see the address of that property on your website, that they might drive by that property
Must
first
call it later canceling.
before calling you? And
Thanks,
if they
bye-bye.
do that, is it possible they might see the for sale sign on the property? And if they see the for sale sign and they call the other broker on the for sale sign and they end up doing a deal, does the other broker call you back and say thank you? They don't even know. So in other words, is it possible that maybe the reason that some people aren't triggering as many leads as they would like to is because it's based on going, everybody calls the listing broker. Now, in this particular situation here, they can't do that. Now, why do other brokers do this? Well, if you have a choice and you're marketing real estate, is it better to have your listing on one website or on 1,000 websites? What's better?
Confirmation for
1,000?
when? Sorry?
More websites, the better. That's right. So you're harnessing the power of the real estate industry with your information. That's why this is inevitable to trigger leads, to help you. Now, I have another question for you. If you have the widgets on your website, and if you're not getting calls, is it because of the widgets,
Confirmation for when,
or
Prasad?
is it because you have little or no traffic going to your website?
98 Cabinet Circle.
No traffic. Okay? And if you have no traffic to your
Today
website,
6:15, 7:15.
do you think that at ICI World we have a solution for that?
Knock first lockbox.
Say yes.
1965.
So we can help you
Yeah,
promote
and the
your
name?
website.
Thanks.
May I show you how that's done? Okay, I'm going to open up another window here and open up ICI World. And I'm going to go to something special here called webinars up at the top. And you're going to see number 2. It says how to promote your website right here. This is so important that this is conducted monthly. Real estate provides the highest return on investment because one lead can make you so much money. So it's very important for you to learn how to promote your website. I mean, what good is a website if you have little or no traffic to your website? You might as well not even have one. So let's click on it and see what happens. You can register for this month's session now. I'm going to click on it. And bingo, up comes some dates for a webinar. This is a webinar that we invite all members to attend every single month until you're triggering leads from your website. I'm suggesting that your passion should be in promoting your website. It's like an office building on the internet. It's like this building here, designed so when people drive by, they might come in and say, I'd like to list my property.
Can you give me an example?
Okay, unfortunately, this session is not long enough for that. On how to promote your website it is a great question, by the way. It's the best question, the shortest question, the best question, and the answer is it takes a full day to answer. Okay, just 1 second. Give me, your mind is going a mile a minute. I cannot talk as fast as you're thinking right now. But I'm letting you know that there's 40 different ways to promote a website. It's not just search engine optimization and optimizing the keywords and meta tags and all that. There's pay-per-click. There's how you hand out your business card. There's where you publish the website address. Do you put it in your, when you send out an email, do you have your website address there? How do you, when you do an advertisement in a newspaper, I know you put your website address, but why not say you have thousands of exclusive listings as well as MLS, thousands of commercial as well as residential. You just spend money to put ad in a newspaper advertising one property. Why not tell them you have thousands on your website? So in other words, there's a lot of little ways, things that you can be doing to let people know. And the biggest thing is to promote the content that's on your website. Let people know that you have exclusive listings, properties coming for sale, those kinds of things. And then they're more likely to say, oh, properties coming for sale before they're on the MLS? Wow, now that's pretty good. exclusive listings not on MLS? Wow, that's pretty good.
Thank you.
They're going to check it out because when you're looking for a home, you don't want to leave any stone unturned. You want to make sure that you check them out because that could be the home of your dreams. And they are, because they're all selling. Everything's selling. So once a month, you're going to register for that session. It goes from 11 to 12:30. On April 25th is the next one, and it's every month for the foreseeable future. I can't see it changing because it's important to every single real estate broker. And the search engine optimization, the promoting of a website is changing as we're going along. Social media is coming into play. When I started at the beginning of the meeting, did I recommend that you get LinkedIn? LinkedIn should be linked to your website. So when you ask me a question, how do I promote my website? I've just told you 6 things. That's the beginning. Get excited. Now, how do you climb a mountain? One step at a time. I know this sometimes can be overwhelming, this stuff, but I'm letting you know we have a procedure here to get you going one step at a time. And how you learn this is one step at a time. I recommend you take 3 of those, not just one.
So it is only for the paid members?
That's for the paid members. You know, you get in there and you can learn exclusive information of how to promote your website, and then you can revisit it. And then we can actually use your website as an example in the webinar. And we'll go in and we'll put the meta tags and the keywords and set it all up nicely. And then we'll get you into Google Analytics and Google AdWords and show you how to check the words that people are searching to find real estate in your area. Would you like that? You know, those are the kind of things that are going on here that we learn. You know, there's other search engine people that are doing wonderful jobs, and some brokers are paying them $300 to $1,000 a month to search engine optimization people, and that's because they're helping them trigger leads. And if you're making $300,000 a year, $400,000 a year, would you pay $1,000 a month to somebody to trigger those leads? If you're making $400,000? Yeah, sure. So that's the kind of thing going on. So that's why I went to this particular search engine optimization, because if I can learn it, I have a service where I can share it with all of the salespeople and then get used to do it as well. Okay, let's move on. So now I've shown you, whoopsie daisy, 1 second, where did all of those samples go? Sorry people, let me just go back here. Hang on. I'm going to go back to the sample, what other widgets you get for your website, okay? And these widgets will trigger calls for you the rest of your life. You know, the session today, has anybody ever watched Dancing with the Stars? Isn't that a fabulous program? It's uplifting, it's interesting, people are dancing and throwing themselves around, scantily clad, you know. It's just wonderful, beautiful body movements and everything from people dancing. I love dancing. So this session is not like that, unfortunately. It's sort of a dry, down-to-earth section, but it's money-making. This is money-making. Read those testimonials of people doing deals. It's going to help you make money the rest of your life. I'm just going to show you one more sample of a widget from different website companies here. I'm going to click on this one here. Just go down and show you a couple more just so you get the idea of what we can do for you. And we do this in consultation with you. Here's another website company that's got them. There they are. If I highlight the word listings, there's residential listings. We've already seen that. But watch this. I'm going to click on business, or Ontario Commercial. I'll use that one. And so it comes up within your website. This is called framing. You want to frame the results within your website. So your name and phone number is right here on the left. Got it? And then when you do it this way, if somebody's interested in an apartment building and they click on that apartment buildings, up comes apartment buildings. Would you like to have over 300 apartment buildings on your website? Would you like that? If you don't have it, do you have any chance to trigger a lead from these? 0. If you have it, you have a chance. Okay, let's go back. What else is on this widget? There's everything in real estate that's on these widgets. Watch this. If I go down further, you'll see it's all of Ontario. is it possible that somebody could end up calling you on a property in Burlington? Is that possible? Is it? Sure it is. Now, if somebody calls you on a property in Burlington, can you do a referral? Yeah, you can end up doing a referral. There's somebody could call you on that business. They could call you on all kinds of things here. So you could end up calling a broker. Now, somebody mentioned gas stations and motels. If I was to click on gas stations, look at all the gas stations that will be on your website. 141 buyers and sellers of gas stations. Now, if somebody calls you on this one, 1 hour west of the GTA, an Esso gas station for $699,000, and they say, "Can you help me?" What are you going to say?
I'm sorry, just a second. Home life
Yes,
social home page.
I can help you. I will have someone call you back.
52.
And you get a hold of the broker who's got that listing
Okay.
and say, "I have a lead for you. Is it 25% referral fee okay with you?" That's a 5-minute phone call. It's averaging $3,000 to $10,000. I have one broker out of Peterborough, a Remax agent, who has done 15 referrals. That's a total of his time of 75 minutes. He made $45,000, people, generating leads over a 6-month period. So yeah, if you have these widgets on your website, you have a chance to trigger the leads. If you don't have it, you have no chance. Now, for the people that that can use a website, I'm going to show you websites, and I can do this in about 4 minutes, and then we're done for the day. I'm going to go to For Members again, and I'm going to show you the significance of the websites that we supply.
Okay, whatever was ready, we already
The number 3. So everybody on the internet can go to ICIWorld.com, click on For Members, go down to number 3. Mobile-friendly websites. This, by the way, people, is the new revolution on the internet. And the reason is people are using their mobile devices 5 times more than they use a computer. So if people can be on your mobile device, and they can go here, and they can bring up your website on their mobile device, what they're going to see is this. They're going to see a beautiful website come up like this on their mobile device. And I'm going to show it to you right now. I'm going to bring it up, a sample of it up on the screen. We've got lots of samples online. And I'll use this one here from this gentleman. And you're going to see the website come up. And this is the same website. Now I'm showing this. Now I don't know if I can show this. Let's try it. I'm going to actually turn on my video, and you're going to see the video come on the left-hand side. And it should show me in the room that I'm doing the seminar in. Let me see if I can move this over. This is the handheld device of the same website that I've got on the screen that I'm showing right now to everyone in the room that I'm doing the seminar with. And I'm showing them the mobile website where people can do all of these searches. It's mobilized. Now, if I was to make this a little bit smaller, and I'm going to do that, watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this website smaller. Watch this. Bingo, that's the size of a mobile device. Can everybody see that? All right? Now, watch this square button up here at the top right corner. I'm going to move this button over. Watch what happens. All of a sudden, bingo, it's gone. It's gone back to residential, all the widgets that we install on your website, and commercial, all the widgets that we install on your website. Now watch this. When we make it smaller, and I'm going to try to do it nice and gentle, bingo, you'll see how it's switched to that. That's the mobile, and no matter what size of mobile, whether it's like that or a little bit like that, a little bit like that, bingo, it's going to come up. This is the beauty. You click on that widget. And these are some of the widgets from ICI World that will be on your mobile device. Your customers, if you give it to them and they happen to be at Kelsey's with their family, they could be showing homes from your website. And there, if they click on, let's say, Mississauga, Brampton, or any city in the world, This works for Florida, San Diego, California, all over the world. Montreal, Vancouver, Collingwood, every place. If we go down here, bingo, you're going to see homes come up. And then, when they see homes come up, you can end up clicking on any one of these homes to see what they look like. Let's click on this one here just for fun. And look what happens. All of a sudden, you get to see beautiful interior photos of these homes.
Okay, there are two
I call this the ultimate in marketing on the internet. Your website will have this. You'll be able to display interior color homes from other brokers who have agreed to allow them to be on your website.
For which property? Can I get your last name?
Yes? Yes. And in fact, I can show you how that's even done.
First name?
We actually connect the MLS for you as well. We think that's a good idea. Let me show you.
Is this wrong?
I'm going to highlight residential, and you'll see that we have a search MLS button that we install for you as well. I'm going to click on it, and up comes the residential listings from the Toronto Real Estate Board in this case, because this was an IDX link, and we install IDX links, whether you're in Florida, any place in the world. If you have an IDX link available from your real estate board, we actually install it right on your website. So people can search the MLS from your personal website. In addition to that, however, I'm going to show you that when you have the GTA homes the way we set it up, you'll see the first one is exclusive. It's not MLS. This one is MLS. Watch this. Go down further. The next two are MLS. You see that right there? If I go down to the next one, this is exclusive, not on MLS. Next one is MLS. Next one is exclusive. So there's a lot of exclusive listings that are not on MLS. They are coming from other real estate brokers who are members of this service. ICI World is an official distributor of this service. We're an official educator. We're also a first line of support. We're the ones that design it, set it all up, the whole works. Now, when we do these sessions, by the way, I'll show you the commercial. Somebody comes here. They could click on Ontario Commercial. They might click on Business Opportunities. There's a lot of things that they can click on here. You can see them all by going to ICIWorld.com on your own time. Click on For Members, and you will see that. And if they go down here, you can see you're covering all areas. And if somebody happens to click, and we happen to be in Mississauga, and click on that, if somebody sees any single one of these listings that are coming up here, bingo, they have to call you because they can't click on it. Now, at this time, we're going to finish this session, and I'm going to sign off because this was a recorded session, but we're going to talk to you about a little commercial that we're going to do on our service that takes less than 3 minutes to do and conclude today's session. I'm just going to sign off now. If you need more information, simply go to theworldrealestatenetwork.com, and you can follow up on anything we've talked here today. Look forward to speaking to you if you happen to call us.